shy at the start. It looks like Philly is going to have the P3 spawns. And we are underway as we are headed to P1. I'm sure these stuns and nades will be coming out. And, of course, Philly looking to flip the script to get those P2 spawns. First blood going to 9. You see Boozies. He is looking to wrap around. And let's see if he gets cut off. Get some good timing to maybe be able to push through. But now the focus is on Hill as Vancouver starting off with the first 10 seconds of time. Don't usually see that, but Philly does get on. But decent start there for Vancouver.
It was a decent start. Philly kind of gave up the first, like you mentioned, 10 seconds of the hill to try to work river and get spawns. And even though a couple players did get through, it didn't amount to spawns for them on the P2 side. So not only do you give up a little bit of time, of course, it's only a 4-point game still, but you give up that time and you don't get spawns. So now you've got to try to find another way to work through this. Right now, Philly trying to look to work through barn, and that's exactly what they do. A couple Vancouver players turn to give river attention because they gave it a look early, but that's 3 players already on P2. The spawns you see come in for Vancouver on the other side of the map, so now Philly, they're aware, they're trying to make the adjustments, and as P2 pops, it's going to be Philly in control.
Yeah, and Philly does have control. There was a Vancouver player flanking around, but good job to Philly to take care of it once they knew the nades coming in. Outages with the kill on Crash. And kill is going in the way of Philly right now. Not getting the time, though. As you do see Jake, it looks like he does have the Volk out. So what we were talking about before does come to fruition. So interesting. Again, it looks like maybe a meta change for this map going forward. Kill's going back and forth right now. You see Naim trying to see if he can find a pick here on the God Tank, sliding up now and just waiting for his teammates. As right now, Philly doing a good job. They have control. They have map control right now. And right now, they're shutting everything down. And outages, as I say that, though, outages with the 2 kills do get on point. But Philly responding very quickly. And they will have a lead going into P3.
They will have a lead, but they do need to make that rotation to P3. And props to Vancouver for making that what could have been a full 60 for Philly. They never lost spawn control, but they didn't get the time cleanly. So that gave Vancouver a chance to keep this lead from growing to a big 60-point deficit or something. Now it's about 40 points, and they have themselves in control of P3, knowing these players are coming through this top side of the map. They're just ready for it, but really trying to soak up the time is Vancouver. They still have back spawn controls. It's going to be Gother slipping through. The Crack's trying to get in for Vancouver, but it's not going to, or excuse me, for Philly, but it's not going to work out. 3 for 1 in the feed still grants the Comets control, and now with 20 points separating these 2 teams from a lead change, it's just a bloodbath here in P3.
It is, as Vancouver on the time right now, but Philly with these spawns is Mercury on a 5 spree looking for the turnaround. Can't get it though, but Philly again in control of this P3 hill is getting the kills. At Boozy with a nice 2-piece, looking for another one and gets it on the player and catchers. That was outages. Boozies with a nice 3-piece 14, looking for more. Can't get it as 9 will shut him down. The Philly have a nice lead right here as we are going to this P4. It's right now Vancouver with the preferred spawns, and they are getting a few down, so they should be able to collect this opening time here as good stuff from them to have control here as they're looking to claw themselves back in. But 2 players on flank here, and that's really unfortunate timing for Naim. Lets the player slip through, and now Philly trying to make their moves. They're going to flood the point. There goes the player on point for Vancouver, and Philly in control. That was very unfortunate timing from Naim on the back barn.
It was unfortunate timing, and Philly once again trusts their fight through river. That's where they've taken all of these fights, at least when it comes to this left-hand side of the map. And Vancouver was ready for it, but as you mentioned, unfortunate timing, and so that gave them control not only of the map but of the spawns. And once again, Vancouver, they are still not letting Philly get any of this time cleanly. They got completely wiped off the hill, but once again, it's contested. And now for Philly, what you do is you give up this 10 seconds of scrap time for the P5 rotation, but it's Vancouver on transition, going toe-to-toe with you. So what was thinking, oh, we'll just give up the scrap time, they end up getting flipped back to the left side of the map. Now it's going to be the Comets with the advantage, now just having to close a 20-point lead.
They do have control of P5 here, and you see these 3 Philly fighters flanking around, now making 4s. They're going to have the tunnel push here, it looks like. 1 player gets killed in bottom grandma's there. And it looks like that push right now will be thwarted as they're, again, just trying to wait for each other. Boozy's with the kill, but just trying to wait for each other. But as this is happening, I mean, Vancouver is going to take the lead on this map. They have that, as we alluded to, the one maybe money hill on this map. They did have control of it for the first 30. Now Philly on it and trying to collect some time as Vancouver still with the preferred spawns. Boozy's here will get taken down by 9. And just like that, Vancouver is back on the point. But super scrappy game so far as about tied at the century mark. 9 looking for the kill here on Gother. can't get it. But like I said, about tied here going to P1, and as always, it's Bocage, it's scrappy.
And how often, whenever we see the second set of rotations pop, is it a nearly tied game at about 100? Fairly often between decent teams, and so once again we find ourselves back to our starting position. Vancouver with the spawns on the left side for the time being. Philly not opting to take any kind of routes, but they are gifted those spawns in the top left side as Comets players fall in some unfortunate spots, so that's going to give Philly the ability to flood this top side of the map because it is open, but no one getting any kind of time, really just trying to fight for map positioning. So where Vancouver gave up map positioning, Philly's capitalizing this time around, and to turn things around for Philly and really run away with this lead, they're going to have to get some clean time on P2. They had all of the control the last go around. They weren't able to get it cleanly, so it's going to be zoning out outside of that P2 if they can get the flip and try to hold it off there. But for Vancouver, that's exactly what you're trying to hold off, is the flip as two players fall in transition.
Yeah, Naim looking for it in this river. He does see the player fire shots, but he can't get it, and now the kill comes in for Philly as they do look to flip this. Number 8 in the back, that is, number 6 in the back, that's Gother. He does find the kill. Now looking for another one in 10. He does get taken down, though, and that should keep the spawns for Vancouver as it does. Philly spawning out, but they are on time right now as Naim looking for the kill. And look at all those down in the feed. Philly clean wipe, but Vancouver right back, coming right back to the hill here. Uzi's trying to play his life on this tank. But again, back and forth as the kills are coming in. 124, 106. Philly back on the time here. Mercury trying to find anybody. Jake again coming into the hill. But 27 seconds left on this hill. It's been very back and forth. Vancouver now on the time as they look to even this up going to this P3. Got 4 Philly players out. Now maybe considering packing it up. Maybe they make one last push. But heading into P3, I mean, still very close. And yeah, again, like I said, very scrappy so far.
And I'm almost curious to see if whoever can get the first clean 60-second hold, if there is one, I'm willing to say that they might win the game. It's just been so break heavy for either squad. Even if they can hold on to spawns, the other team finds a way to hold from the front, so either team have to flip the script and try to get a solid bit of hold. Going 3 down in the feed, if you are Vancouver, make that 4 for 1. That's a way to get this P3 Money Hill time. We have seen teams do it before, pin these players in a spawn trap. That's what they're looking to do to these Philly players, is Outages gets one and gets traded immediately. But they've transitioned the last 15 seconds of scrap time at P2 into the first 30 of this P3, so that's more so where we see Chains and Bocage, is the latter half of a hill transitioning to the first half of another one, so that's where they can find 60 seconds here and there. But it's going to be Philly that break in with about 15 seconds left. Eyes on Vancouver on the transition.
Break in, and more importantly, break out of that spawn trap that they were in for a little bit on this hill. Again, taking the lead now as we head back to a P4. And so many lead changes we have seen so far. Vancouver right now in position for this P4 hill. They're going to collect the opening time, now looking to hold it. And again, you have these Philly players on flank. Nine not able to get the kill here. And again, this might be the opening for Philly as that's 2 down. Looking to get some control here. For the moment, it still looks like Vancouver will have those spawns to that side. Crash now just playing his life on point. He does end up getting taken down. And a couple down here. Going back and forth, Vancouver, again, still getting those spawns as no Philly player has pushed through. But Philly on the time right now, Mercury with the kill there. So good stuff from Philly as now, interesting to see, they're still spawning there. So Vancouver going to rush back in and get some more time. But we're potentially going to have, a close, probably tie game going back into this potential money hill on the P5. And Vancouver is set up for it. Now just time to see if they can hold it.
It is time to see if they can hold it as they find themselves once again down about 20 points getting over to P5. They were broken, at least not able to get clean time on P5 the last go around, and that's exactly what Philly are looking to do here. All of them swarming through tower side, getting the players flushed out, but the close spawns coming in river for Vancouver will allow them to get back in from the front. And the slaying for either team, I mean, I would maybe say favoring Vancouver a little bit, a more balanced attack coming in from Philly as they've been able to maintain the lead, and now we see the lead change come in once again. So if you're Vancouver, a slower game out of a couple players, but something that hasn't really affected them too much as they're still hanging in this one. Philly, they're able to break in and get these last 20 seconds, and if they can get this cleanly, this could put them at that 200-point mark and really start to hit the panic button for Vancouver.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and you're looking as well as going to back to this P1 where you're probably not going to get too much time either way from both teams. At least you would think. Might come down to that P2 and who has spawns for that as well. As Philly collecting that rest of that time, they are over the 200 mark. As now they look to get some time here on this P1 as they do have the opening time. Right now, kills are slightly going their way as Gothard looking to find his way through the back, gets the kill. And a little bit of yellow here in the feed, so good start from them as they are collecting a little bit of time here. And on P1, small time like that can go a long way as Boozy's now going to come in, gets the kill, but is traded out. And Outages maybe getting some bad timing on that player in kitchen. But Nine with two of his own in the feed, Jake with one, and now Crash giving that up. But Vancouver now on the time. They still do have spawns for P2, so they could be set up, but you also don't want Philly to get the rest of this time as Outage is going to come in and try to make a play, and does. But again, nobody able to collect this time. Now the rotation over to this P2 hill. Vancouver in control, and the kill does come in, so they are set up very well for this hill, and now it's going to have to be a break for the Philly fighters.
And Philly have had the break every time on this hill. This is for the game, for them to win it. They could do on this hill. They have to get in fairly early. Only need 30 seconds, so I guess they just need to break off the rip. Spawns coming in wonderfully for Philly in the back. Vancouver trying to be aware of it. Jake gets 2. Make that 3 to keep this game alive for the Comets. Now down 15 points and closing the gap. Philly now almost feeling like they're kind of hitting the scramble button, trying to get something done. Jake goes on a 5 spree before dying there, and good job from Vancouver to respond. Now only a 10-point deficit. They've got to get more of this time, and now if you're Philly, you find yourself in a position where you are in control of the game. Now you have to contest every second of this time. You don't want to get them any closer to 250. They're flooding at the hill, and it's players Vancouver just picking them off, chopping them down.
They are. As this will get over to a P3 here, is obviously nobody in control right now, so we'll get over to a P3, and we will see what happens. It's a nice kill there by Gear, and now, again, we are headed over to this P3. Right now, Philly with the spawns, but Vancouver with the opening time, and they only need 10 more points. Philly has to go here quick. They do get the kills. Now, they do take the time, but Jake with the kill coming in, and now he's on time, and Philly has to go now. Jake sitting on point, 245. They can't get the kills. Outage is on a 5 spree, and Vancouver is going to hold on and take the first map. 250 to 224, and that was a really nice map to start it off for.
That was a really nice map. Vancouver, they hung in there. They are the ones that found themselves down more often in that game than not. They were able to show resilience and respond. Again, what matters is how you play in the late game, and though Gear kind of had a slower
Vancouver
game.
up 1-0 in the series, and it will be them starting on the offensive side here. As a big map here, obviously you do not want to go down if you're you do not want to go down 2-0 if you're Philly, and it does look like Vancouver is going to try to go to that B site, and Mercury shuts down right away. Crash with another one. Really perfect start here for Philly. Outages does find that player top grandmas though through the wood slats. So a very aggressive start to this Bocage SND, and now coming around. Look at this push from Philly. Bomb is down. Outages with 1 kill, though, in the back, looking for another, as both players just huddling around that bomb. I guess they have to know bomb is down there, and that'll be Outages having to collect that bomb or get the next to it. Maybe they don't, because the Philly players going back to that site, so this should allow Outages to possibly pick up the bomb. Now saying Mercury gets the kill. It is in now a 1v1 situation. Crash and Outages, and the gunfight comes in. Crash wins it, and Philly wins the round, but that was a super aggressive first round on Bocage.
And you alluded to prior to the match, do teams play around the kills and then objective becoming secondary given this bomb site change? And for Philly on defense, that looked to be the case. They played hyper aggressive through River, sent all of their players that way. Took 2 down within the first exchange of the map, and that really set the tone. It just put Vancouver, made them pump the brakes and have to clear out their spawn before they could get any kind of map control. So the way Vancouver responds on defense will be interesting here, but it's that same kind of aggression for Philly and then through the mid-map. Now, they do end up winning the 2v1 trade out, therefore the first bloods, and they are going to get the bomb down on A, so they've done their job. They've cleared out the mid-map with that aggression once again. It's a 2v3 situation. All players huddled in grandmas.
Yeah, he's seen Gothard. We're trying to like literally crawling to the bomb site from Old A site just to get that down. Now it'll have to be the retake from Vancouver as all these players huddled in and look. I mean, if any player from Vancouver goes in there, they are in trouble. Just waiting for that push. They are pushing around though, Vancouver, and the kill. Yeah, there you go. The kill comes in. Mercury takes down Jake, and is all left of Nimes. He's actually gonna get a flat stun kill. Excuse me. 15 seconds on the clock though. Not really much he can do. Probably just playing to see if he can find a pick as that bomb will go off. He is going to find the kill, though, on to Nime. Got through the last alive. Not going to be able to defuse, but that'll be a 2-0 lead for Philly heading into round 3.
It may be a 2-0 lead for Philly, but whether Vancouver realized it or not, Crash was on 4, and that stun took him off the potential of early streaks. So just a good attack placement by Nime there. Didn't clutch up the round, but prevented something maybe a little bigger than a round loss. So now they'll have to find themselves responding on defense. And if I'm Vancouver, I'm going to say, let's watch River first. You know, Philly likes to play aggressive. See what look they're going to send. Right now it's looking like a mid-map hit. I expect it to be aggressive. We'll see if Vancouver's ready for it.
Yeah, I mean, look at all those players together as Crash with the opening kill on gear. Now Nime trying to find the kill. Couple kills go back and forth, and we result into a 2v2 situation. Nime watching this flank, but look how good Philly groups up. As the kill does come in, Boozies will take down Nime. Now Jake finding the kill, so now we are on a 1v1 situation. It's going to be Mercury versus Jake. Jake does have bomb, though, so favor the Vancouver Comets in this situation. He's going to try to get it down, it looks like. We'll see if Mercury checks. He's not. So it'll have to be a retake here for Mercury, but again, just flying out of the gates, both teams making quick work of these rounds. But again, it'll have to be the retake here for Mercury as he's going over to that bomb. He's going to have to look for the defuse here, but Jake should be able to check it. He does, gets the kill, and that gets Vancouver Comets on the board.
Good clutch from Jake there to get the bomb down, run the really the B post plant route, which is through tunnel up the stairs and then back through P3 is pretty standard. It kills just enough time to where unless they hop an immediate stick, they're probably not going to get it. So good response from them on offense. Now on defense, they've got to find a way to counter Philly's aggression. That's where Philly has been winning and taking over this map. That is in the aggression they've shown. They've shown it all 3 rounds. It's just a matter of what route are they going to hit. Once again, we see a river route. Is Jake going to get the info? I think he's going to pass that along. And now a couple heads start turning for Vancouver over at this riverside, saying, hey, there's some aggression coming through. We got to try to pin these players in.
Yeah, it looks like they were kind of full sending in, and their shots do take them back. So it'll maybe, I mean, Philly's still on river here, so maybe you're going to try to stick B. But now possibly the flank over toward A now as they look to reverse these sites. As again, those warning shots were enough to send them over to the A, but they are working here through. And again, look at how grouped up these guys are, playing very well. Gear now looking to see if he can find a player. Mercury does finally get the first blood. Gear going back to back in there, and that is very unfortunate. And just like that, Jake is in a 4v1 situation. Bomb is also getting planted. So now Jake having to do the impossible here. He will find the first kill there on Crash, trying to break that window now to get out immediately as players are on his tail. Jake now did not see him right away, and he will get taken down, but that round started off pretty slow, and then just like that, it was all Philly.
As you mentioned, Philly, they're doing a really good job of staying grouped up and playing together. That's where they haven't found themselves in any 1v odd situations because not only are they dominating in the first blood column, but if they do happen to lose a life or two early, the other players group up and play together so well that they force the other team to have to play a trade or, you know, have to split between 2 gunfights because they both double chow around corners. Philly playing really collected here in the search and destroy, and I like seeing it from them. Vancouver is going to take a blind fly over at this A site and try to bully out this side of the map, but it's Philly once again on a deep flank, and no one for Vancouver is ready for it.
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting very aggressive toward that river, and so far it's been working out for them. As Boozie's again with the first blood. Gother now trying to find the kill. Gear with a nice turn on, though. Puts it to a 3v3 situation, and Bomb is going to be able to get planted here, it looks like, unless Crash can get over there. Bomb does get planted now, and then the timing is going to come in. Outages with the kill on Crash, now trying to play his life, and he might find a player here in tunnel as he will get taken down. So now a 2v2 situation here as the Philly Fighters players on the other side of the map. So now looking for a regroup here. Mercury trying to see if he can find any information at all. Then you got Boozies just on that God tag, now looking to group up here and maybe make a push as they go through front kitchen, trying to find the kill, opening that window. Gyarados take him down, but then Mercury gets the kill. Now a 1v1 situation, 16 left on the clock. Jake playing this tank just has to play his life for a few seconds as the defuse, there will not be time, it looks like. Now Jake going to go check it, but there will not be enough time. And Vancouver won not a swing round yet, but that was a really important round. Don't want to go down 4-1.
It was a really important round, and it felt like, to me, whether it's intentional or not, I'd have to guess so. Even with how the bomb was planted, they took Philly's aggression and flipped it on its head. They, whether they let them or whatever the case was, either way, Philly found themselves on the left-hand side of the map and Vancouver on the right. In Vancouver, they placed their bomb on that right-hand side of the map for Jake to just sit back there and watch. They knew Philly would wrap through and play that hyper-aggressive gameplay that they love. They planted the bomb for it. It ended up costing Philly a round, and like you said, instead of going down 4-1, it's 3-2 and a much better scoreline here.
It is now Philly all over that A site, and they do have the numbers advantage right now if they don't realize it, but now Vancouver taking a page out of Philly's book and will hit the flank here. Naim does get the first kill, though. Now looking for another one and gets it. Naim, 2 kills and run away as Mercury does get a kill himself, and he's on a 5 spree, but he does get taken down right away. Boozy now with the kill, looking for another one, and just like that, again, a somewhat slow start, but then as we've seen so far, it's just blam, there you go, and then it's just a crazy gunfight going all around.
We've been talking about how much we love Philly playing together. There, Vancouver made the adjustment they needed to, and punishing them for playing so grouped. They got through quickly on the flank and still had players sitting over at tower and P5 and were able just to work a pinch on that A bomb site, knowing all 4 of those players were probably crammed up on that top right corner of the map. So again, the Comets, like you said, taking a page out of Philly's book. So we'll see if we get a little more traditional play. It's been very fast here on Bacage. No one's slowing down yet, and hyper aggression to the mid map. Philly's going to try to get some information, but it's all Comets in the kill feed.
Yeah, it is. And now a 2v4 situation. Make that 1v4 as Gear does take out Boozies. Now it's all Mercury, who's 9-4 on the map. Was, I believe, 2 all. Oh, look at this trigger discipline. Hold on. He's going to see these players. This is the craziest trigger discipline I think I've ever seen. He's going to get away. No way he gets this. Okay. That would have been a crazy play. As, again, Mercury with the trigger discipline, but ultimately Vancouver does shut him out.
Maybe had to give that just a second longer. Jake probably would have watched that the whole time, but I mean, definitely interesting. We've seen some crazy ninja diffuses in the CRL. That would have been one of them in the 1v4 situation. Unfortunately, doesn't happen. So that's now 3 straight for the Comets. It's up to Philly to try to respond. As on offense, they've got to try to work what's been working for them, which is map control and first bloods. They're trying to do a 2-2 split here through mid-map and top side to find some picks. If they do that, the round likely goes their way, just based on how they've played off of these first bloods. But with a quick trade, it's back to an even 3v3.
It is Gothard now trying to get into this old A site, and they will with ease. So now just looking to see if they can find anybody. These players very close, and Naim does find Mercury as they were almost standing next to each other, it looked like, for a few seconds. Now Gothard on the chase to try to find him. He does get the kill. He is last alive. Does get the 2-piece, though. Great shots out of Gothard to get that person top grandmas. And now it is a 1v1 situation. Gothard looking for the clutches. He's going to try to get the bomb down now. Jake just waiting and playing for the information. Now sees him. Jake sees him, and he gets the kill. And now Vancouver has flipped this S&D on its head as they're going to take a 5-3 lead, and it's going to be match point Vancouver.
Jake's been found in these 1v whatever situations. He comes out on top here once again for the team on a 5 streak as well. But like you said, this S&D has been flipped on its head. 5-3 match point to go up 2-0 in the series. Great composure from Jake in the comments when things were getting crazy and Philly ran away with the lead early. They stayed composed. They made the adjustments they needed to get this map back in their favor, and they've done just that. The same thing as they did in the hard point where, yeah, they found themselves on the losing half of it for a good bit of that stretch, but they were able to respond, and that's where this Vancouver team has found any kind of success. And now, another page out of Philly's book, hyper-aggressive, 2 players already through P3.
Oh, Boozies does see the players and does fire shots, and now they're going to know he's there. But, yeah, very, as you said, very hyper-aggressive. Now Crash going to go up this ladder and try to find the player, but cannot. Outages with the kill. A 2v2 situation. Bomb is down. and it's quite frankly not in a great position either for this Vancouver Comets team. Jake's still alive, by the way, on the 5 streak. So let's see if he can find some kills to get that glide bomb. Right now, though, it's got to just be Vancouver grouping up here and try to make a push to get that bomb. They do get it. Outages now running away, but unless he used Ninja, Philly will get that Q that he picked up the bomb. But I mean, they're staying put on that A site, so this will be a free plant for Vancouver as they will be getting it down. And now Philly maybe realizing that this is happening, they're going to try to get over there. Jake did not get spotted, looks like, but they are going to go through tunnel here. Now Jake getting set up in a very good position, looking for these kills. Timing coming in here for both teams. As Jake in the gunfight gets the kill, now trying to play his life. He's going to get chased down by Boozies. Boozies with the kill, but now Boozies getting chased down. Cannot find the kill. And the Vancouver Comets, after going down 3-1 in the map, they come back and win it 6-3.
They take 5 straight rounds to get that done. Like you said, came back after being down and get the job done. The chase for the trade, Outages does the exact same. And again, Outages has been having a night thus
that
far.
Opening B hit can be intriguing to possibly get a tick in, but we will see. As again, it looks like they are going to hit that A site, and we are underway here as Vancouver throwing all that utility over Crash though with the opening kill. And just like this, look at Boozies getting ultra aggressive on the flank. Already finds one and finds two. Boozies again coming out of the gate super aggressive. Gother with another one. You do have player 4 though. That's Jake. He's going to come all the way around as he was able to slip his way through. Now for Philly, obviously. No, he's the last one now looking for him, but he does get that kill there, and now they are setting up to try to capture this A zone as now Philly looking to hit back, but a decent start here for both teams, and right now Vancouver on the point.
Love the play from Boozies to get through mid-map and get aggressive to find those early kills, but where I had mentioned, yeah, that's where they find success because that's their play style. It also punishes them when they get over-aggressive. Every player was on the top half of the map. No one was watching B. Even through mid-map, that's what let Jake slip through and find the kills on the pinch to get them control of that A site. So you've just got to pick and choose when you're going to be aggressive and not getting over aggressive on the map, because Vancouver has shown tonight they're a team that'll punish you for it. As they collect and group up here in the mid map, they're just trying to find an opening to get over to this B site, and it's going to be the Philly players grouped up as we come to expect to try and get these players off. And here comes the hit through Plat and P5.
Yeah, here it comes. They do get the opening kill. Gear gets the kill, but going back and forth, a couple kills here for Vancouver though, as they look to break in, as Philly, with a nice setup here, and now they are finding the kills. And now it's going to be left all up to Jake, but he is taken down now here, trying to find the kill. Now just trying to play his life, wait for reinforcements. That is 2 in the feed though for Vancouver, and Gear going to try to fly out and get the kill. Mercury does get taken down though. So good stuff out of Philly. They hold the line to start here, and Crash now looking for the kill on patio and does find it, as Vancouver again looking to group up and see if they can hit something here through P5. Philly obviously expecting it, and look at all the yellow in the kill feed right now. Philly in control. Gother is absolutely going off. Gother in the kill feed. I think he got 4 or 5 possibly in a row, but good plays out of Gother, and right now it's all Philly fighters.
Opie's been yellow for quite some time, and this is how Philly likes to play. They find themselves, they get the clearance off the site, and look how far pressed up the map they are. Again, this aggression, I like it out of them, but they have to know when to redact and when to come back and play around the site. That's exactly what they're doing as they get wiped. So the favor is in the comments right now. All 4 players can fly on this point, but it's Boozy's ready for it as he pops 2 for 2 in the feed. You got to stay alive if you're Vancouver. They don't find a way to, and with not much time to get across the map, these Philly players, you're going to see them fly forward, try to get these lanes cut off, and really it's got to be perfect to get the kills and get through. I don't think it's going to happen with the 7 life advantage and no ticks over at B. The Philly fighters, they hold off.
Yeah, Philly, I mean, as you said, Vancouver not able to get that tick, so Philly in a good position so far. I mean, about as good as a defense as you can hope for. And it was really good from them because it felt like Vancouver was almost stuck in P5 like for half of that round after they captured the A point, of course. Like Philly just able to push up, get that map pressure, was not allowing Vancouver to really go anywhere. So it was a really good job from the Philly fighters. Now They are going to get aggressive through the mid here, but Boozy is taken out by Jake. And now Outages does find a kill of his own. And now Vancouver, after getting 3 down here to start, will try to get that map pressure here. As you have Outages on the flank. Right now, though, Vancouver with the opening 4 kills. But now you see the hit from Philly as they're going to try to go to that B site. 2 down, though, for them. And now you're in a weird situation. Although they don't know this, but Vancouver has nobody over there on that B site now. Maybe flipping it as all those players run over, go back over to A. As you look on the map, I mean, Vancouver does not know where to go. Now, maybe some semblance here. Here looking to find the kill. He does get taken down, though, by Gothard afterwards. And Gothard looking for another kill and does get it. Gothard just didn't think he was going to get that kill, but really good stuff out of him. Outages now trying to be a nuisance as he's just in this mid-map right now. Right now, though, it looks like Philly is going to secure this A point, and now with 1:57 on the clock, they look over to the B site.
A lot of time to work with, and they're up 3 lives, or excuse me, down just 3 lives. But usually on offense, you say teams have to make some kind of response. Really, Vancouver have to make a big defensive response here. Not only did they only get held to 3 ticks of progression, they were also down 7 in life counts. So Vancouver has to find a way to go big. And with Gothard on 6 and playing the way he is right now, I don't know that they're going to get the chance to. Philly, they are in control, slaying Gothard fully streaked out, and that's only going to serve to aid this team as the game goes on.
Gear does respond though, but as you see, yeah, Gothard gets that shriek, and now the teammate comes in. That's pretty unfortunate there, but Vancouver does have control again. As now it'll be Philly trying to group up and get this push in. It looks like they're gonna have probably a hit through P5 and Church, but Outages is having none of that as he does shut that down. Now you see the Philly players going through that patio side P5. They're trying to make their way through. The kills going back and forth as look for a second. Philly might have the advantage, but very quickly Vancouver does take him out. Now Gothard the last alive here on this push. He does get taken down. Now if you're Philly, you probably have you have 1 push, maybe 2 more, but it's coming down to the wire for them, and Vancouver does have the 3-life lead.
And it's interesting to see these players as split as we've ever seen Philly for having 1 last hit left. They're really trying to get through any lane of the map. That just stresses the importance on winning your 1v1s. 2 players happen to fall, but you do have Church and back spawn control. Unfortunately, your player in Church falls, so really the weight is on Mercury to stay alive in the back and be able to find a couple picks. On Plat, give these players clearance to come through P5 as that's their only option here. Mercury gets timing on 1, gets timing on 2. Now the flood's got to come in if you're Philly.
Yeah, I mean, again, it was the trigger discipline from him. I mean, and now they have 2 on, make that 3 on. They are going to get a tick, so that's going to help them in the long run. But they're trying to win this round now. The grenade kills do come in, though, and it is all left on Mercury, and he does get killed. However, again, they get that tick, so if it does go to that round 5, they will, as of right now, obviously, have that advantage. But that got scary there for a second for Vancouver. They do hold on, though, and the map is tied up 1-1.
As you mentioned, can't stress enough how important that 1 tick of progression at B is. That could decide the round 5 if it goes the distance, and based on what we've seen so far, it's looking like that could be the case. I would say the advantage favoring Philly, not only based on the ticks, but how good their defense was the first go around by not letting the Comets get any progression over B. Plus, you have full streaks to play behind, and that's just going to be something we could see this round if things get shaky, but maybe they hang on to that for the final round of the game. The Comets looking to get a traditional A hit going through here, but that opens up the flank, and 2 players for Philly taking advantage.
It was interesting. I mean, Philly possibly expecting the B hit there from Vancouver. They actually sent 2 players over there on the their opening setup. It is Vancouver, though, on this A point, and they are getting the progress over there. They're going to have 2 minutes and 16 seconds to go get that B point, and they've only lost 1 life so far. Outages on a streak right now, but he does get taken down there. So Vancouver getting that opening A, excuse me, and now again looking to group up here. Is right now Philly have the map pressure that they're looking for. Is now it'll have to be Vancouver looking to break it. Gothard does get the kill here, and he's just sitting in mid, being an absolute nuisance. Does get bad timing though, and 9 will take him down. And now this possibly is the opening here for Vancouver as they're going to group up to this P5. 2 Philly players there though, and ready. That's Crash. Going to take both of them down. And good stuff out of them. Right now, Vancouver really can't get anything going, and it's all Philly right now.
It could very well come down to who wins the first offense. Both teams looking very strong on defense. Even when they break or lose form, they are able to get up off spawn and respond the way that they need to. Comets players looking to try to maybe cut a player down, getting over aggressive through mid-map, but Crash handling things over on the P5 side. It's up to these players to try to make a play here on the top side of the map. They're going to wait for a group up, but with 60 seconds left, and again, not even one take-up progression, you know, I think they opt to try to get a clean 4 down and really try to stack the point, but Philly getting a little antsy, starting to get a little over-aggressive. They can find these picks and sneak past enemy lines. They have a wide-open B site, they just don't know it.
They don't. Oh my god, again, look at the discipline, and that gets him the streak, because Philly, they have all the trigger discipline you could ever need. If you need help, look at these Philly fighters, man. Like, again, it's just time and time again. That's like 3 times where it's just so noticeable as outages will get taken down there. But the streak is secured there for Crash. As I say that, Vancouver does get on time, though, and they don't really have numbers, but Philly is not in a very good position themselves. They are looking to get back over here, though, as they do get 2 in the feed. That's 9 getting a kill, though, and again, what a tick of progression could do here for Vancouver, but 9 is taken down, and that is the point cleared. Right now, Philly in a good position as Outer just jumped to that window. Not going to be able to get to it, but maybe one last push out of Vancouver. Doesn't look like it, though. It looks like Philly is going to hold it down. Jake getting 2 in the feed there, but again, Philly holding strong as they've looked very impressive so far on this Tuscan control.
They have looked really impressive. They've just kind of put the Comets to the chokehold over on this B side. They have really neither squad has been able to figure it out. I guess Philly capitalized for a moment, was able to get 1 take-up progression, but on defense, both teams playing very well. It is 2 players for the side of Philly that are fully streaked out, so that is something that not only does the round count give Philly the advantage, but also having 2 players with full streaks in this round. They could very well close this one out here on offense with some well-timed streaks and some crucial gunfight wins. But right now, the battle for mid-map going down, no one really taking this A site yet.
No, as I said, though, 2 players with streaks, that is going to help them for sure as this map goes on. Right now, though, all Vancouver in the feed, they're going to get the opening 3 kills, and now maybe a possible B hit here for the Philly fighters as the kills go down, and it is free for them if they want it. And now the stack does come in. That's going to be 2 players on point. Important gunfight here as Gear is taken down. Stack not really coming in, though, as it looks like they're going to try to get the pressure, but Vancouver is ready for it as they do take it down. Now you got player number 2, that's 9, going to be in a really nice position to get that kill, and again, just being a menace in this part of the map and making sure that Philly is just going to have trouble with their push. But right now, Gear with the kill there on the point, and Philly not really any semblance as of right now. I mean, they tried that B hit, didn't work out, and now they're just scrambling to get at it again. They have it if they wanted. You see all these Vancouver players going over there, and now it does look like Philly will try to get it on this point as Vancouver right now with a 2 live advantage.
Vancouver's trying to work this defensive play through mid. They have 2 players here. This could be a great way to shut down this one last take, but player 5 and Crash could play spoiler. Gets the first one, runs out of ammo, doesn't get the second, but that is quickly traded out, so it affords the Comets players time to get over the site and maybe stop this 3rd tick of progression from coming in, even at lives at 19 apiece. But they've got to make a play if they want to get the A site, at least to stop that progression. They aren't able to, so now letting through this top side of the map is going to be these 3 Philly players. Naim has a big task ahead of him.
With that A capture, though, Philly does secure that round 5 defense if it is to go there, but they are looking to win on offense right now as the push is coming through the back here, the back church, as they're expecting a player back there, and then the spawn does come up as that player forward, Jake, trying to find the kill. Now Outages with the kill on the Crash there. Again, the hit, though, for Philly is through the back, and they are finding some kills. That is going to be Gother on a 5 spree, as he does eventually get taken down on Mercury as well. So the push goes for not. And they have player number 5 in Crash, kind of by himself here, as maybe going to try to find the player on point, and does. So Crash does get the kill, but now just waiting for the reinforcements that are just not coming as Vancouver is shutting it down. So Crash is playing his life in the back of the map now, and Outages now on the hunt, gets some bad timing though, and Crash still back there. I mean, he's trying to do something for his team. They just have not been able to go off the map here Is now the kill from Boozies does come in, and maybe this is where Philly can do something here. But again, the trades come back and forth. Crash still there, as now a couple players down, so now it is going to be the stack. As the first tick of progression is going to come in for Philly. There it is. Now looking for these other kills. Gother with the kill there on Gear. Now Crash, and look at the kill feed. Now it's all yellow, and now it is trouble for the Vancouver Comets, as they will try to look to get back. But again, look at this map pressure. Now nobody on point, though. Again, just trying to put Vancouver in a weird spot. Now only 2 lives remaining. They're in a really bad spot. As Jake gets blown up by the glide bomb. Now a 5v1 situation for Vancouver. It is not looking good. It's going to be the Gear the last alive, needing absolute magic, but it's not going to happen. Philly capture the point, and we have a 2-1 series.
Philly needed to find a big way to respond there, and they do. They really, I think that round alone came down to Crash in the back. You know, you sent Outages hunting. Outages got bad timing and lost the gunfight, and that forced another player, you know, solved. Or it becomes a big play that blows up in your face. So just another time for Vancouver to have to make an adjustment and try to find a way to respond. They still can close the series out here. So I would still say favoring Vancouver going into this one. But I mean, Philly, they've got the momentum that if they want to take this to the game 5, they definitely can.
Definitely can, and right now Vancouver with the opening 6 points, but you see all these Philly players swarming, trying to find Jake inside, and they do end up getting him. So Crash starting off hot as well there, three and before he does get taken down. But Philly does have control right now, and a lot of yellow in the feed, as that's going to be all 4 down. Now Vancouver gonna have to look to get back in this year. Now maybe the rotation over to that P2 and getting, as you said, I mean, that top ship control. There's so many places on this map that are just power positions, and obviously this top 3 upper third area, just the definition of it. Interestingly enough, though, Philly does flip the spawns for P3, so if they can hold these spawns throughout, they will be set up for P3. But as of right now, Vancouver on this P2 point and looking to close the lead up a little bit.
They are, but Crash at 5-2 already is going to fly in and pop 2 and give Philly control of the site for the time being. Vancouver going to be close enough to quickly respond and try to get back on. Outages looking to make a play and does. Gets the comments. Back in the action now, a 15-point deficit to close. That's what they're trying to do. But as you had alluded to earlier, Philly have held on to these spawns. Player 8 and Jake does have the opportunity to get through radio and make a play here, but is going to win that gunfight as well. So now that's something you have to keep an eye for. As they're pushing through green and pushing beyond this point, they have the chance to flip spawns out, and that's exactly what we see here. Now that they've closed the lead and still getting about 10 seconds of scrap time, this is going to be a huge fight here on this top right corner.
It is, and Jake is not going to see this player, so he's going to get taken down. Now Gear does get the trade. So Vancouver will have spawns, but as of right now, Philly do have control of this point, and Jesus, that grenade comes in from out of nowhere. And Vancouver, again, have the spawns, but now they got a group push here, and it's Philly in control of this. Crash on point here at 7-3. Jake trying to find these kills, and that's a really nice shot on a really tough head glitch there. But again, not able to do something right now as Philly is holding. But here we go. Here's the push from Vancouver. The kills come in. Jake with the kill. He's now in that tank that is obviously so hard to get people out of. Vancouver in control here with 28 seconds left on this P3. And already, look at them. I mean, they're looking to flip the script here and try to get these P4 spawns. They got 2 players. They have the man advantage, as Mercury has a lot to deal with on his hands. He got 2 players pushing him. He's not going to see either of them, but obviously he has the hunch that they're back there. And right now, Vancouver's still in the time, and it looks like they might be securing P4 spawns. Just 1 player left for Philly, trying to be a nuisance, but he gets killed. What a sequence for the Vancouver Comets.
What an adjustment from them. It's what we needed to see. They tightened up the rotations here just through 4 hills. They got a good bit of the P3 time and then made the rotation. Jake right now getting a 3 kills free in the feed. They're able to find the kills on transition, secure spawns, and lock down a good bit of time. So it was a deficit, now a 20-point lead and climbing for the Vancouver Comets. They are locked into the zone, and Philly, they're trying to find a way to break it, but it's all lanes locked down for Vancouver. Their arrows not moving too much, especially Jake. He's got this beach locked down and not wanting to give it up.
And he will, unfortunately, there are 2 Boozies. But this is a situation right now. I mean, they want to continue to have Vancouver spawn back there, but you see all those Vancouver players. I mean, they are out of there. And this is the one map I feel like it's the hardpoint maps that you can, I mean, you can really string some time together. And right now, you are seeing that on full display. Vancouver getting the P3 time. Now the, you know, a really good chunk of that P4 time. And now they are set up for P5. But watch out for player 3 in the back. That is Gother. We'll find the kill, and that just like that, getting onto that time. Vancouver, it does look like they are still spawning back there though, so it's good for them. And honestly, Philly might expect them to be spawning up, but it doesn't matter. Right now, the feed is all yellow. It's Naim trying to find the kill on Gother, but Gother does get that kill. So a really important sequence there for Philly, and it was all because of Gother. As he comes on the flank, gets it, and now Vancouver's going to have to find a way to break into this P5. They do get 2 kills. The teammate does come in. Now it's just a swarm over to this point. They do have control. Now Philly getting these P3 spawns. So kind of a hectic P5 here. But right now it is Vancouver on the point, and they have a pretty decent lead.
And they just weren't able to close that gap for Philly. You know, you're Vancouver, yeah, you don't get that time cleanly. Ideally, given the position you came out of P4 in, you would have liked to have chained that to a money hill, but you're not mad about it because Philly didn't get a ton of clean time on it either. So you find yourself up about 50 points here going into the second set of rotations. You definitely have control early, but you got to trust that with how Vancouver's playing and how clean they are on their rotations, they definitely want to look to extend this lead. That's what they're going to do here, and Jake having a great game at 14-9, 9, the exact same score line. Wonderful job from Vancouver. Philly looking to try to respond, getting a good bit of time here on a traditionally mixy hill. They are taking care of business, so with 30 seconds left, if they can get this cleanly and hold it off, they could see themselves in a tied game. A game that was looking to slip away quickly. They're looking to bring back here. P2 is going to be a fun one as we make that transition over.
Yeah, it looks like Vancouver is still fighting for that P1 time. They do get it as Boozy's now with the pistol kill, and he does have control of the ship as of right now. And again, those spawns coming in right now for Philly are on that P3 side. It'll be interesting to see if Vancouver tries to push this. But right now it is on over to P2 as Vancouver with a 40 or so point lead. But right now, look at the feed. I mean, that's 3 down. Now the last player here is Naim. He does find the kill. But right now it's all Philly. As I say that though, Naim popping off. He does get taken down by Crash. Right now though, Philly on this P2 time is soaking it up. The contest does come in, but Mercury takes him down. Again, Philly also on those P3 spawns still. So if they can hold this, this is again another situation where you might be able to see a string of kills come in as it's Boozy's again with the pistol. He is loving that pistol right now. And again, looking for more kills up there as Outage is with the pistol kill himself. Vancouver on the time. And now you see player number 8. It's Jake coming around on the flank, and he is not going to get spotted. He's going to be all the way through, and he does secure spawns for his team. That could be very important for the rest of this match.
Crash has to win massive gunfights here, ends up losing it immediately. So once again, Vancouver find a way to slip through the cracks and get themselves in a position to get good time based on map position alone and players being present at ring. Philly, they're spawning so far out that this first bit of time could very well go cleanly to the way of Vancouver. The first 10 seconds already theirs, but just like that, 3 players flooding right at the front of this hill, trying to take player Naim and Gear down, but Naim taking care of business, Gear getting it done on the outside of the point. That's going to be a clean 4 down in the feed, so what was a clean first 10 seconds turns into a clean 30, and now a 35-point lead and growing. We could see the Comets eclipse this 200-point mark on this hill.
You could, and now if you're Philly, I mean, you gotta prepare yourself to not get put in a situation like you did last P4, where these flanks are coming in. It looks like they are set up for it. They are saying screw the rest of that time on that P3 and set up for this P4 as they are looking for a full 60 to get back into this game. Maybe not, even if they don't get a full 60, they need a lot of time here as Vancouver is pulling away very quickly. They do eclipse that 200-point mark. Philly in control of this right now, but Jake trying to go through the back. It is shut down though by Gother. Gear with the kill himself, and you see Vancouver trying to push to the front of this hill, not doing so much success so far as Philly is shutting it down, but now the contest does come in, just trying to find him. Gear with 1 on Crash, looking for more. Outages again, just trying to maybe push these spawns now and secure them. Couple kills here for Vancouver though, makes that 3, and now they do get the time, and they have spawned Philly out. So, I mean, 30 seconds left on the clock. If they can secure the rest of this time or close to it, they're going to be in a really good situation. Outages with a few in the feed there. But Vancouver possibly collecting the rest of this time, and they will be just mere points away heading to P5.
If Philly could have held on for a bit longer, they probably could have chalked up the rest of that scrap time, but now they put themselves in a position where they had to fight for every bit of that. Interesting to see the Comets give up the last 7 to 10 seconds of scrap time there. I would have liked to have put myself that much closer, you know, to 220 or 250, but they feel confident in this P5 hold. Jake ripping 2 off of spawn. That'll definitely be a way to get it done. Players securing things around the point. So they said, we don't need the scrap time. We're going to get a clean 30 seconds off the rip of this P5, and just like that, in the nick of time, Philly, they're able to get the player offside and make a break.
Jake's with 2 in the feed. He does get taken down though. Now it is coming down to the nitty gritty here for Vancouver. Backs against the Philly. Backs against the wall. They are on time here, and just Trash is trying to play his life as Gil comes in from 9. Now looking for another one. Does pick up that MP40. Looking for the kill. Does get taken down though. But Outages now trying to make a play and does from the top ropes. Does get the kill, but a very scrappy P5 so far. And it looks like Vancouver is not going to be able to win on this hill right now. So it is going to be over to this P1. Now you can see all these transitional kills come in, and right now it is all mostly purple, I should say. Makes that's 3 in the feed, so they are on time, and now Philly has to go, and they are not in a good position. You see the spawn trap looks like even coming in. I don't think Philly's going to touch it. They will not. That is going to be it. Vancouver Comets take the Gav hardpoint and win the series 3-1.
Great closeout from the Comets once again. It's kind of been, you know, unfortunately they weren't able to take care of business in the control, but at least for their hard point, whenever, you know, it was a close game or back and forth lead changes, in the end they find a way to go big.